Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is your main event of the evening. When the bell rings, the man in charge, Resistance Pro Special Official, Raven. Introducing, first of all, he is accompanied to the ring by Lou D'Angeli. Weighing in at 259 pounds from Detroit, Michigan, he is the challenger, the War Machine, RHYNO. And now, introducing his opponent, standing in the corner to my right. He weighed in this morning at 254 pounds and comes to us from Toronto, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He is the current reigning and defending Resistance Pro Heavyweight Champion, Harry Smith.
Special guest ring announcer Jeremy Borash right here doing the introductions here as we are set for our main event here in a small deadly space. And speaking of small deadly spaces, the steel cage is one of those places, Mike.
This is unique, Doc. We have the first ever steel cage match here at Resistance Pro. I haven't been in a lot of these in my lifetime because, quite frankly, Doc, I never wanted to because they shorten your career. So whatever happens here tonight, these guys are never going to be the same.
Yes, as we saw last month what happened in the rematch from a Vicious Circle, Obsession. Rhino put his ECW World Heavyweight Champion, the last official ECW World Heavyweight Championship, against Harry's World Heavyweight Championship. And, of course, Lou E. Dangerously, your good friend, got involved.
Yep.
Now this cage not only will keep these two combatants in the ring, more importantly, hopefully it keeps Louis out, but there is the wild card factor. And no, I'm not talking about Charlie Kelly. I'm talking about that man with the blonde hair, the Raven, as he's known by Chet Kopic. Keep in mind, an interesting fact about this match. This is the first time Harry Smith has competed in a steel cage match.
It is. Rhino's been in a bunch of them before. Raven's obviously been in a ton of them. Raven's going to be impartial during this. He knows both of these gentlemen well. He is on the creative team here in Resistance Pro, so he feels if he's got to come in here and take matters into his own hands.
The crowd is loving it. They've been fantastic this night. If you are a crowd member watching this on DVD, give yourself a big Barry Horowitz pat on the back. But Rhino, as you mentioned before, the War Machine, former ECW World Heavyweight Champion, former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He's held titles, he's been inside steel cages, and tonight, of course, he has Lou D'Angeli by his side.
See, even though these guys have fought a couple times previously, there's still going to be a general feeling out process in this. There's the fans in Chicago showing their love for the city of Detroit.
We saw, of course, Rhino made his Resistance Pro debut. A surprise, by the fact, at Rise after Harry Smith became the World Heavyweight Champion. He was very upset. He thought he could Skype with Harry and such. And, of course, that Skype lust has led to bloodlust, as we see here inside the steel cage. It looks like at least a 20-foot high steel cage, not the regulation 15 feet high steel cage. Is a huge vantage point. Of course, Harry Smith did win the first match at a Vicious Circle. Rhino controlled a lot of the match and used the gore on Harry, but then Harry caught him in a beautiful key lock. Well, yeah, nothing wrong with that. Two men enjoying a nice hug.
Well, maybe
hug
in
me.
Your world, no, get away
hug me, Mike.
Maybe in your world that's okay.
In my fan fiction world where everyone hugs.
Man. Rhino's changed a little bit over the last couple of years. He's had a lot of ups and downs. He's not always the same guy, remember. I don't know what the deal is. He's gone through some personal stuff, but I can personally tell you that he's taking this match serious, though.
Yes. And Rhino was also in control a little bit of the second match as well. It seems that Rhino has always had that much, a little bit more on Harry, but Harry has gotten the dupes on two occasions. Last time, of course, there was a no contest. But tonight, inside the steel cage, there must be a winner here, Mike. Harry going back.
Raven's going to remain pretty impartial in this.
I was trying to think of this as a huge ECW fan growing up, although I was 20 at the time. I mean, Raven and Rhino were on different sides from what I remember. They were not necessarily buddy, pally. They definitely have those 3 magical letters with each other, and those letters being the E, C, and W.
Now, I will tell you this, and here's something to take into consideration, and this is an astute eye. It's going to take a little something more to keep one of these guys down than a traditional 3 count. Because like him or love him, Raven is not a spring chicken. He is not what he used to be. So his ability to get down and count a 3 count, it's going to take him more about 4 or 5 seconds to get down there and count. You got to take that into consideration when you're putting this match together. Meaning, you're going to have to knock somebody's you don't want into the dirt. And you're going to have to put him down for a while.
And definitely also the steel cage. We don't know if these guys are going to do anything off of it. That's the fact. You could actually use the cage as a weapon.
Yeah, you can
Not only ramming the guy's head like it's Balls Mahoney and a big piece of cheese, but I mean, you could sit
Balls
there
Mahoney.
and do permanent damage. Sorry, I thought I would throw another
Don't ever
ECW
mention his
reference
name,
in
but
there.
yeah, he's not here. Anyway.
Not yet.
Dummy.
Give
Not
it time.
ever. Here we go. Oh.
Nope. Rhino had
There
that
you
presence
go,
of mind.
yeah.
He is the veteran when it comes to the steel cage
Absolutely.
match. Oh, Harry again. I was talking to him early on.
Well versed in submission holds. You can win a cage match by submission. So
Harry has definitely spent a lot of time focusing on the MMA hold, being a new style pro wrestler, using the MMA style, knowing the submissions right here. Raven's down there. And Rhino has submitted before. Let's not take that into effect. At a vicious circle, he did, of course, tap out as it were. But I don't think Rhino would want to tap out tonight.
He caught him in a triangle choke the first time that they got into this. Last show was different result. Louis got involved, hence the reason for the steel cage. Now this should end the matter between them.
You would think so. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, it might end after the show when they finally Skype.
Wow.
Oh, look at that. Here's the thing, though. Inside the cage, that's totally legal. This isn't your traditional standard wrestling match, Mike Buki. Anything goes here inside the steel cage. Oh!
Whoa!
Rhino tossed in the cage. The first man to get tossed.
60 pounds coming.
What are we going to see here? He had this on him last time. Look at that. Presence of mind. And, of course, that is completely legal.
Get out of there, Lou D'Angeli. This is no big money for you, pal. Get out of there.
This
Good,
isn't
Rhino.
Circle de Soleil. This is Resistance Pro.
Wow.
This is the Teamster
This
Auditorium.
Personal life, brother. He got fired from that, didn't he?
And Harry Smith now going into the cage as well.
Come on, Louie. Stay away from that cage.
These two guys have been perfect foils for one another. Rhino, we've definitely, as we mentioned before, the change that we've seen in him, the fact he's wooing like he's Wally Carbro.
That other guy.
The great wrestling promoter. Called me on the phone the other day. I love
look
Poodle
at
Face.
Like again, the X factor to a degree could be Raven. He has
Easily.
no loyalty, but I mean, you don't know what. Who knows what he doesn't even know what he's gonna do.
I don't think Raven has loyalty to either of these guys
He
for
has
the most
loyalty
part.
to nobody but Raven.
I don't see any of these guys being a member of the flock. None of these guys are Lupus or perhaps a Simon
Don't
Dean.
say it.
You were still my favorite member of the Kiss.
Thank you. I took a lot of pride in that.
You were the Catman, right? Or were you
I
the
was
Star
ace.
Child?
I was ace.
Another ace once again.
$50 well earned that night, my friend.
$50 for that? The doctor was definitely in that night.
Wow, your marketing knows no bounds.
Well, I thought Mike Johnson would be here.
No, that little weeble didn't want to come. I got heat with him for that. But anyway, back to this match.
Back to some real heat right here.
There you go.
Look at that.
That's what the cage is there for.
As it's put it in there, that steel cage can do a number on a man's face.
Look, man, this thing at the end of the day, this thing is over 12 feet high. It's about 1,000 pounds of steel. There's no giving it. How do you fake getting thrown into steel mesh?
I don't think
you
you can.
Run into your fence a couple times. See how that works out for you.
I will do that immediately following the show this evening, and it will not be a DVD bonus footage. Rhino once again. If anything, I think Rhino has really helped Harry, basically making him a more credible champion. with the matches that these
Raven
two
with the
guys have
very
had together.
Bronco Lubitsch type count over there.
I'm going to tell Raven you said he was like Bronco Lubitsch
I'll
right
tell
now.
him. I told him he was like Bronco Lubitsch.
The slowest referee known to man, but a great man. You know that Bronco Lubitsch probably was knee-deep in it back in the day. But anyway, let's get back to this match. Raven working on the midsection there on Harry
Harry
Smith.
can't breathe, he can't fight. So that's a pretty sound strategy.
The other thing you have to remember is Harry Smith might not have the cage match experience, but he's been well-versed in MMA, training in MMA, so maybe he is used to the cage.
I got the edge in conditioning to Harry.
Oh yeah, by far.
Rhino looks great.
He was going up and down the steps earlier on in the Teamsters Auditorium. Rhino having to play with Harry Smith. Going back into the cage. I hope this cage is nice and secure, Mike. Only a 2 count right there. As Raven checking in on Harry Smith, trying to figure out if Harry Smith is willing to quit and give up. And of course, we would see a new Resistance Pro champion this evening. And that man would be the War Machine, the Velvety Man Beast Rhino.
Now this is slowing him down right here. Again, Rhino's brought this pace. A slower pace favors Rhino. Absolutely it does. Because I think when the heavy hitting starts hitting in this ring, Rhino's going to throw a little heavier lumber at Harry.
I would
So
agree.
if he just ground Harry, if he keeps Harry like this, he's got a much better chance of walking out of here with 2 gold.
Smart move right there, working on the arms of Harry Smith. If he can hold you in a submission because his arms are hurting, he's not going to be able to submit you. And he's not, as we saw last month, he had him in the sharpshooter when, of course, Lou somehow or other fell magically in the ring. We didn't know about the alliance that time between Lou, the former Louis Dangerously, and Rhino, but it's definitely in effect right now as we see Lou.
Keep an eye on that slug over there, that Louis Dangerously over
I'm
there.
surprised he doesn't have the Zach Morris-sized cell phone right now for an event of this magnitude.
Dumb gimmick that he ripped off. But he's up there to no good over there. He's up. I know this guy's all about big money. That's all Lou cares about is big money, and he cares about himself.
Big money hustle is starting Raven in the ICP.
No.
And Harry trying to break out of it. That's
There
a
you
smart
go.
move. Reversing it. Now Rhino knows how he feels, and it probably doesn't feel good. Oh! Clothesline right there by Harry Smith. Another big clothesline. Atomic drop right to the big boot right there by Harry Smith. Is this it?
Come on, Raven.
That's very Bronco Lubitsch-esque.
Christ.
You would think it's at the Soul Patrol that we had before.
God.
Taylor Hicks is the referee. I think Raven's enjoying what he's seeing. He's getting the best seat in the house for this match. Oh, TKO right there. So that led to the KO, you know?
There's another count. Well, I told you. I was dead serious when I said it. That could have beat Harry right there, but it took Raven a little longer to get down and make that count.
So, what are you saying?
It's going to take something bigger for one of these guys to win this match.
It's not going to be a normal wrestling match that
No.
we know and love. It's oh, look at that!
He stuck him with
Look
that.
at that!
1, 2. Oh.
Oh, just 2 count right
I still
there.
expect Lou E to get involved in this somehow. I don't know how.
How can he? There's a cage around him,
Well,
Mike.
I know he's not athletic enough to climb the cage.
Keep in mind there's a little gaps in some spots, but I mean,
He ain't fitting through that. He's
you don't think Louis could squeeze himself like Plastic Man?
He's made some money. He ain't fitting through that.
Are you saying he's living well?
Well, I know he ain't.
What's
gonna
Harry
climb
doing
over
here? Speaking of living well and living in the high rent district, Harry's going up to the top rope. Oh, missing that though. Missing that maneuver. That's got to hurt the Cossacks.
God. He dropped that Alabama jam, man, from about 10 feet up. You can win it all, lose it all with that. Harry's a big dude, man.
Rhino just diving ahead right on the side of Harry. What do we got? Do we got another one?
Falling headbutt.
Simple yet effective right there.
Absolutely.
And Rhino's calling right now to basically sit there and say he's going to use the cage again as a possible weapon. Oh my goodness. Simply ravishing right there by Rhino. I always thought of Rhino as being a beast, a man beast, not a sexy man beast.
Yeah, I guess
though.
so, a sexy beast.
Oh, as Rhino is climbing the cage. Now keep in mind, if he is...
I've seen Rhino go 3/4 across the way ring.
Look at that.
Headbutts.
Diving headbutt right there. Shades of Harley Race.
Wow. Was that close?
It's close. Raven, though, presence of mind to sit there and say that close. Which, of course, when you're commentating on DVD, it's effective to put your fingers to the screen and say that close. Is Rhino going to go up top again?
I don't know about this one, man.
That's not a smart move.
Yeah.
If you only had Darcy Dixon to tell him, oh, never mind.
I don't know about this one, Rhino.
Another huge woo.
Oh, God. You want to talk about some concussions.
Only a 2, though.
Come on. Boy, the referee needs a lot of work in there, I'll tell you.
I believe he is sanctioned, though,
Good
by the
Lord.
Illinois State Athletic Commission that he had to pass the Scantron test to become a referee here tonight at Resistance Pro, a small, deadly space. What are we going to see here? Beautiful modified belly to belly,
Keep an
right on their
eye
neck.
Louis. That's all I'm saying.
Rhino's going to call for it. Are we going to see the fucking
go.
gore here? The camera's taking you within the ring right here, giving you your own small deadly space. Miss on the gore right there.
He could have came right to the cage with that.
What are we going to see here? This sharpshooter.
Look at him! Look at Louis!
No!
Look at that piece of shit, Louis! Louis, you piece of shit, Louis!
Raven will not allow the former Sign Guy Dudley to get out there.
Louis right in the face.
Harry breaks the hold. I don't know if that was a smart maneuver. Telling
Yeah, the
Raven,
referee
don't
was-
worry about the guy coming in the
The
ring.
referee was screwing around with Louis.
Beautiful back, high body flex. 1.
Oh, come on. Harry had this match won, man.
He did.
I mean,
He
I
should
hate
have
to
kept
root
him with a
against Rhino,
sharpshooter.
but yeah. Well, Raven was on the side screwing around with Louis, who wasn't in the cage.
No, it was not at all. He never even got towards
Yeah.
him. He got towards the
I
door,
have no
but not
idea why
inside of
Raven
it.
was over there.
Perhaps recruiting members for his flock. Spine buster! Humongous spine buster taking Harry right out of his boots.
Oh,
Only a 2 count.
God.
These men, they're getting close to putting each other away, but they just can't, Mike. What does it
Telling
take
you
in a
what,
steel cage like this to beat
Harry
him?
Smith had this match won.
With a
and
sharpshooter.
Louis I don't know what was going on with that. Ooh.
Just picking him up with
Something's got to
ease.
give. Something's got to give here.
Another 2 count right there by our special guest referee, the Raven. Trademark Chuck Kopic, our second ring announcer tonight. What are we going to see here? He has been known to do the pile driver from time
Yes,
to
he
time.
has. If he can
Usually
pop-
it's off the, beautiful pile driver right there.
You don't see a lot of pile drivers anymore, man.
Oh, just a 2
God.
count.
How did he kick out? Are you kidding me?
Rhino a little nonchalant
believe
though
this.
about the count. If you would have actually hooked the arms a little bit more, that could have
Yeah, I
easily
guess,
been
man.
3.
That was I hate to say a rookie mistake on Rhino's part, but I don't know what
Rhino's
he's
no
thinking.
rookie.
I know.
Is he going to go for the gore once again? Before he was not able to hit it, Mike. And the crowd know what time it is.
This crowd is fired up, man. They know what's coming.
We're going to see the gore. He hit it. He hit the gore. 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 2. No. What?
Wow. How did Harry kick out of
What
that?
was How?
I don't know. I can count on one hand the number of people who were kicked out of a gore. What the hell is Louis doing? Louis, you piece
How
of
did he
shit!
get in the cage?
You piece of shit, Louis! Get out of that cage, Louis!
This isn't. The cage is supposed to prevent stuff like this from happening. Oh!
Oh my God!
Raven
the
hit
hell?
Rhino!
What the shit?
What? What was that?
I don't know, dude. I have no idea what just happened.